Hey folks, I I woke up this morning and had sort of amazing dreams all night, and was just kind of sitting with all that happened yesterday. And I don't know if maybe you saw my post from yesterday, but it was a big shift in terms of like just understanding that I have this pattern around the creative work that I've done and what I sort of discovered yesterday. And in a way I kind of knew it, but it just came through really clearly that the tension that I feel around it is really based on a pattern. It's based on trying to get that work to accomplish something that it is just not designed to accomplish, which is to get me love, which is something that it can never do. So of course it always feels like it's not enough. And then shifting that over, and I woke up this morning and I was meditating, and I came across this poem by Hafiz. So I have this book called A Year with Hafiz. It's a poem for every day of the year. I've had this book for years. I've never had the practice of reading it every day. But I open it up today, and March 7th, the poem is called Parallel the Care the Dancer Takes. Parallel the care the dancer takes on her finest step. You need to feel the craving for that unison. You need to know all the longing the great ones had to suffer before God said to them, "Here I am, yours to do with whatever you like." And when will the beloved say such a sublime thing to you, give you all that power? A prerequisite is when all you touch as if it were sacred. That will bring your mind to a standstill. The space between you and any object will then open up into a sea of radiance where you can drown for a second. Drown and taste me. And that phrase in the middle about when all you touch as if it were sacred, that really zinged for me today. And it kind of really, it just resonated with my own, I've been articulating this distinction between performance mode and discovery mode, where performance mode is basically, you're giving a performance and it has to be perfect, and you have outside standards and judgment and scrutiny that you're trying to live up to. And discovery mode is just discovering. And that phrase, when everything you touch as if it were sacred, felt like it just perfectly encapsulates that. And of course, then the poem is saying this beautiful thing that you connect with source. You are given the power of source when you treat everything in the world as source treats it, when you touch everything in the world as if it were sacred. And that, I think that just sort of was the perfect way for me to wake up this morning and summarize the last day or so. I always love it when a single phrase like that, a single little poetic encapsulation, can kind of throw a net around an entire complex of experiences, and a whole couple days worth of processing. But everything you touch as if it were sacred. If I could do that at the piano, every time I touch the piano, there's no such thing as a wrong note all of a sudden. If I could do that in my relationships, there would be this grace and gentleness to every moment. That doesn't mean that there would never be disagreement. It just means that the disagreement would always be happening in this context of knowing and feeling that the other person is sacred, and that they feel that about you too, and that, every moment with Annalise, every moment with friends, family, every moment of everything. So I think that's my Sunday morning epiphany, my Sunday morning little stroke of grace that entered my life. Touch everything in the world as if it were sacred. And then, you know, what I love about the poem is that it's saying that's when you become empowered. That's when you really, all the worries go away, and all the deep knowing of, like, I know this is true, I know this is how it can be, all of that gets to come through. So I think that's where I am today, folks. Hope that inspires you as well, and I hope you have a lovely Sunday, and a great start to your week. I will see you all tomorrow.